Hello and welcome to this masterclass. I'm so pleased that you've managed to get in and you've joined me on this. I cannot thank you enough for that. I really, really appreciate it. My name is Ant, by the way, if you don't know who I am, and I encourage you to be the limitless you. And today in this masterclass, what we're going to be focusing on is creating a personal vision for your life. And the reason we're going to do that is because us business owners, we are experts at writing business visions and missions. But when it comes to our lives, some of us, I speak for myself here, are poor at writing personal visions. And the difference between a business vision and a personal vision is quite simply, I wrote a business vision for my business, which was a moving company, and I achieved that vision. But what I didn't realize was I was actually losing more of my life. So I was winning at business and losing at my life. I assembled this great business vision and dismantled my own life because I was spending more time at work, was achieving the business goals, but I was neglecting my life. And at the end of the day, we all love our businesses, but our lives are much more important. I'm sure you all agree with me on that. It's like we're all in business at the business we're at the moment, but you can buy and sell businesses. It's likely you're not going to be in business your entire life in this business that you're given so much of your time and energy to at the moment. And, I don't want to go the other way and say you neglect all your business. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is we want to set this personal vision in the background. So any business that we're building and anything else that we're doing all has to line up with this personal vision. Because if this personal vision is not set, it's very hard to find peace, harmony, and happiness. I know for me, it was just like, it wasn't really a thought about the future and what I wanted to sort of achieve in my sort of personal life, not financially or nothing like that. It was more a case of, oh, I've got this business. This is great. This gives me a great opportunity to improve my life and improve the life of my family and, my wife and everything like that, give us a better lifestyle. But that was as far as the sort of thinking went. It was like, so when I build this business and we make loads of money, then our life is taken care of and it's great. But of course, it never ever works that way. And you can study anyone who's like really successful. They said they've all sort of made this mistake. It's an easy trap to fall into because we kind of think that the money is going to take care of everything. And don't get me wrong, money does solve a lot of problems and it does, increase people say money doesn't buy you happiness. That's very true. But what money does do is it can buy you a yacht called happiness. It can also buy you back the time you need to do the things to make you happy. So, with that saying, money doesn't buy you happiness, I wouldn't take that literally. I mean, money can't directly give you happiness, no, but what it can give you is the time that you need to do the things that make you happy. You want a relaxed, clutter-free sort of mind, a relaxed body, so you can create and innovate and be there for your family, be there for your business, be everywhere. And by the way, you might be thinking, oh, that just comes down to time management. Well, I've got news for you. There's no such thing as time management. There's only self-management. You cannot control how fast the clock ticks, but you can control yourself. And you might be thinking, oh, why would I want to set a personal vision? This could be a complete waste of time. And take it from me, it's not, because now I've got my personal vision down. Every decision that comes into my life, I can sort of ask myself straight away, does this line up with my personal vision? Is this getting me closer to my personal vision or further away from it? So it's very easy. It's like this pivot point, like this guiding northern star, if you like, of where you're going to. And your personal life is your most important. I cannot emphasize that enough. So talking about time, I'm going to be respectful of your time and I'm going to get straight into this presentation. And what I'm going to do is share my screen with you very quickly. Just bear with me here because I'm not, great with technology and it tends to slow things down. But before I do that, I just want to make sure that you've got the PDF worksheet. If you haven't got the worksheet, no worries at all, because I'm going to put the questions here on the slide that I'm going to present to you. You definitely need a notepad So you can, because this is kind of like a journaling process. So what I'm going to do is share the screen now. If you bear with me, if you need to go and get a notepad or the PDFs or whatever, you can probably do it while I'm trying to sort this out. So here we are. This is a slide. Let's move me out of the way. And let's get this presenting. Let's see if I can get this presented. I think I've got it. Here we go. So up and running. So you've got your PDF or your notepad by now and a pen. So the first question is, where are you now? And what I want you to do here is just put a brief sort of, I don't want to say like you're sitting at home and you're watching and deliver a sort of masterclass on the personal vision. No, it's like, where are you now within your business and your sort of overall happiness? You could say like, I'm running my business at the moment. Business is going well, but I feel like I'm neglecting a little bit of my personal life. It's like I'm giving the best of me to my business and my family are kind of getting what's left of me, or I'm just sort of running out of energy, whatever that may be for you. I'm not trying to put words into your mouth here, but if you just want to journal that down, and if you just take a few seconds just to quickly journal it down, I'm going to go quite quickly through this process just to get you sort of thinking, because this is not probably going to be the finished article. You're probably going to go back and edit what you've written down once we finish, and you keep adapting it until you find that personal vision. But this little masterclass here today is definitely going to get you on the right track to creating that personal vision. So where are you now? I'm just going to let you write that down for sort of 30 seconds. I'll put a timer on my phone so we can have a look at that. You don't want to hear me chatting while you're doing the journal. So I'll get that going now. So if you haven't already started, just crack on. We'll do 30 seconds. And stop. That's the 30 seconds up. So like I say, doing very quickly, we just want to make sure that, we're thinking in your feet. And quite honestly, the reason why I'm doing it quickly as well is because the first few things that you think of that come to your mind, they're usually the most important things. And that's where the sort of magic is. The more we kind of think about it, sometimes we kind of convince ourselves that, oh no, that's not important. That's not important. It's something deeper than that. But I always find that the first sort of things that come to mind are the most important things. Okay, so let me get on to the next question. Are you happy where you are? And the most important question here afterwards is why. So if you're not happy where you are, put no, the reason why you're not happy. I'm spending too much time at work and I'm neglecting too much time at home with my family. Or yes, I am happy where I am. Here are the reasons why. But it's very important, put no because, and then right, or yes because I'm right. Okay, so we'll go for 30 seconds again on this one. Time starts now. And stop. So that one's done now. Again, hope you got that one down. On to the next. Where do you want to get to? Now, what I want you to think here is think perfect world scenario. I want you to think like it's an idealistic world. I don't want you to think, oh, I want to get here, but I can't do that. I don't want your sort of negative voice coming in and telling you, giving you all the justifications of why you can't get to where you want to go. I want you to put that to bed for a little bit, that negative voice, just say, step aside a bit, let me create. I am in control now, and I'm going to look at life like it's a catalog. of things and, you know, visions and everything that I want to bring into my life, perfect world scenario. And I'm going to write it down on this bit of paper now, and you can stay over there asleep. You can have your say after. Okay. So where do you want to get to now? I'm going to start the 30 seconds now. And stop. So that's your 30 seconds. I hope you really sort of let go there and really express yourself. And this is probably something that you're going to want to come back to, and you're going to want to add a lot more detail to this to give some real mass to where you sort of want to get to. These turn into goals in the end. And the thing with goal setting and things like that, I mean, I could do a whole masterclass just on goal settings, to be honest with you. But the thing with goals, once you've written them down, then you need to get total clarity on exactly how they look like. And then we add mass to them by adding gold cards that we keep in our pocket. We can add a dream board that we see every day, keep by our bed or in our bathroom. And we can completely and utterly just flood our conscious mind with our goal and where we want to get to. Because although we have sort of one mind, we kind of have that there are two spheres of activity going on in our minds. So there's a subconscious mind and a conscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is 10 times stronger than the conscious mind. The conscious mind can accept and reject. So, like when you're writing this down, where do you want to get to? The reason I told you to put your inner critic away and put into bed for now is because when you're writing this down, you're working with your conscious mind. And, you know, your conscious mind can accept or reject. So you can write something down, and then the inner critic comes in and tries to reject it by saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do this. So put that aside for now. And the reason why we add mass to our goals is because the conscious mind is 10 times stronger than the subconscious mind is 10 times stronger than the conscious mind. And it can only accept. So whereas the conscious mind can accept or reject, the inner critic comes involved, and you know, our helpful sort of advocate is trying to push us forward with our conscious mind. The subconscious mind can only accept. So basically, if you're given your conscious mind negative thoughts all day, your subconscious mind will accept all of that, and that can cause, you know, depression and anxiety in the body and things like that. But if you're flooding your conscious mind with things that you want to happen and positive things, and keep reinforcing that, again, your subconscious mind can only accept this, and that again, it gets released into your body, and you're going to have a nice sort of relaxed sort of body instead of a tense one, and you're going to be primed to succeed in whatever you want to do, whatever success is to you, because my version of success is completely different to your version of success. Most people, when you see on like Instagram and things like that, success is about financial gain, and it's about, you know, buying yachts, going on holidays and travel and things like that. Now, success to someone else could merely be just getting their family round the dinner table every day and cooking a home cooked meal. That's really successful, because at the end of the day, those sort of day-to-day things, that's your life. Your life is not sort of sitting on a beach somewhere, you know, with a cocktail. That happens every now and then. Your life is happening every day. So sometimes I look at success like the mundane things that are happening every day, like how I greet my wife at the door and how we wake up and we have breakfast. Those are successful to me. So you're going to have your own version of success. And it's very important that you create this. And the reason I get you to write it down is because something magical happens when you use the pen and paper. When you write, I read somewhere that it's the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Now, we want to affect that subconscious mind ultimately, because our subconscious mind is where all of our beliefs are and everything like that. And our beliefs drive all of our sort of unconscious responses to life and all of our actions. So it's really important that you just put that inner critic to one side and write down exactly perfect world scenario. Just pretend that you can have anything that you want. And believe me, you can make it a reality, but it starts with the pretend and write it down like you already have it as well. Is very important with goal setting. So I'm just going on and on about goal setting now. Let's get to the next slide. This is about building a personal vision. Okay, what's stopping you from getting to that place that you want to go? Again, be really honest with yourself. And again, the first couple of things that come to mind, just write those things down. And I'm going to start the time now. And stop. Okay. So this is quite an interesting one, really. It's kind of like a getting true with ourselves kind of thing, because sometimes we don't sit down and consciously think what is stopping us from getting to that place. Sometimes we resort to sort of blame, excuses, and denial. And like one of my coaches showed me that there's like a point of power, basically. And under the point of power is blame, excuses, denial. Now, to get to the point of power, you've got to accept ownership, responsibility, and what was the other one? Accountability. That's right. So sometimes, we're all victim of this. I've done this myself as well. I kind of hustle for the goal all the time. And I think, well, the harder that I work, the closer I'm going to get to that goal on doing the work of where I need to get to. But sometimes you've got to look inwards, inside, rather than outside. Stop doing the work outside, whatever that may be, and say, well, what is stopping me? There's something in here. Because at the end of the day, life is not happening to you. Some people say life is happening for you, but I'm a great believer that life is happening through you. It's through your energy, and what you're putting out to the world will sort of come back to you. To give you an example of this, I have a moving company that I run, and I always try to build a great team around that because I value team 100%. And I couldn't do it because I was just getting frustrated, and people would, that I'd always say, I can't find the right people. And at the end of the day, you only get the people that you deserve. And what I found as I dug deeper within, why can't I do this? I read the books, I brought the courses, I know all the leadership techniques, I know all the management stuff, I've got the systems, I've got the processes. Why won't the people follow all of this stuff, all of my great work? And that was all external, building the systems, getting the courses, learning the tricks and how to speak to people. That's all external. When I looked inwards, I found a limiting belief that I've been holding on to since I was about 10 years old. And that limiting belief was all people will always let me down. Now, if I hold that belief, I'm attracting people to me who are going to let me down. And guess what? They let me down because I think I'm expecting them to do that. That this is the power of our mind. And again, the subconscious mind is 10 times stronger than the conscious mind. And our beliefs live in our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind, it drives all of our actions. So despite how many books we read and how many courses we do, unless we work inwards on ourselves and start untangling all this stuff that sort of happened to us over the years and makes us act the way that we do and makes us get the results that we currently have, we're going to find it very hard to make progress and improve our lives in the way that we want to improve. So what's stopping you getting to that place is kind of like an honesty sort of thing. Next question. What's your biggest challenge right now? Again, first thing that comes to mind. I'll start the time. And stop. Okay, so challenges that might come to mind could be if you're in business that you're spending too much time at work and not enough time at home. And that's because you're perhaps firefighting in your business. You're trying to look after your clients. You're giving your clients the best of you. You're trying to keep your suppliers happy and all the rest of it. And when you get home, you're tired and you kind of feel like, you're not giving the best of yourself to your family. Your family are kind of getting a second-rate version of you, which you might not feel as fair, but your challenge with that is sort of balancing in your energy and your time. Again, there's no such thing as time management, there's only self-management. And doing this process is really going to help you see and outline where you can make these improvements that you want to make to get towards the life that you want to live. Next one. What sacrifices have you made in your life in order to build your business? So again, here I'm kind of alluding to have you taken anything out of your life? Have you given anything up in your life in order to build your business? Because I want to emphasize again, your life is much more important than building your business. We want to ultimately build a life and then build a business and build the business around your life. We don't want to do it the other way around. Okay, so have a quick think on that one and get something down onto paper. I'm going to start the time, 30 seconds, go. And stop. Okay. Right, let's go. I think I explained that one enough. I hope I did. Just in case I didn't, I'm trying to think of another example. What sacrifices have you made in order? Well, I'll give you another story actually. When I was building my business, sort of 13 years ago, I was so sort of scared that I was going to lose sort of customers and things. And one particular customer came in and wanted us to work on a Saturday. So I felt that I had to do that because if I serve this customer and serve them well, I get repeat business, I get them giving me referrals, and it could, go into loads of business that is going to make my business loads of money, so my life improves, that kind of thing. Okay. So the sacrifice I did that day was work on a Saturday. And you might think, well, that's not much of a sacrifice, Anne. But the thing is, it was my son's fifth birthday at the time. And so I missed his birthday in order to do this sort of move. I had a moving company, so to do this move. And nothing came out of the move. None of the story that I told myself about like I had to do it. And I was going to get repeat and referral business and things like that. Like none of that came out of it. The fact is, I missed my son's birthday, and now he doesn't have a memory of me burned into his mind of being there on his fifth birthday. And it's like it might not be a big deal to some people, but to me, again, that is a big deal because we've all got our own different versions of success. And again, to me, looking back on it now, that was sort of a thing that I shouldn't have done. And that was failure on that particular day because I wasn't there to enjoy and share the moment with him. So that's a sacrifice that I made in my life in order to build my business. But that came from sort of scarcity. And it kind of conflicts in a way because you kind of think, well, my thinking at the time was I've got to build the business because I'm looking after the family. And yet the family don't necessarily want that. I'm looking after the family financially. At the end of the day, does a child care what you earn? A child spells love, time. They want your time at the end of the day. That's what they want. They don't want all these, things. They'll take that or leave that. At the end of the day, you could take them to a beach and have a great day out, as opposed to a theme park that have just a good time. I don't think it's any more, any less, whether you're spending money going to the park or you're going to like Disneyland, Paris, or wherever it may be. In a child's eyes, they're spending time with you. That is the most important thing. Okay, so This is the big question and what you're all here to do. So from everything that you've written down so far, now I want you to kind of just, again, no, forget what I just said. Don't think what you've written down just so far. What is your personal vision? I just want you to write that down right now. And I'll give you an example. My personal vision is this: making the most out of every moment in any location at any given time. Okay, I didn't just get to that, but I want you to try and write something down very quickly. What is your personal vision? 30 seconds. Go. Okay, and stop. Okay, so that is the end of the questions and everything like that. Okay, so get me back onto the screen now. So I hope you found that process helpful. I'm sure you're going to come back to it. We did it very quickly in 30 seconds sort of bursts. And that, like I said, that was just to get your sort of what's on your mind straight out there onto paper, because I always find that those are the most important things. When I've kind of analyzed and think that's not important, this is, it actually isn't. It always comes back to the first thing that I sort of thought of. So I hope that's helpful for you. And with your personal vision, I want you to keep working on it. And I want you to get this perfect. So it's your perfect personal vision, your ideal day, like what time you want to wake up, what time you want to go to bed, where you want to sort of eat. Do you want to take morning coffee? How often do you want to go to the gym? Do you want to exercise? What foods do you want to eat? Work on your personal vision, because that is so, so important. And to be the best you can be, that's your main job, really. And I know that sounds selfish, but it's not, because hear me out. Because if you're the best you can be, how good a dad or a mum would you be? You know, if you were the best you could be, how good a boss are you going to be in your business? And at the end of the day, as business owners have to be like athletes, because our energy needs to be, high all the time, because so many things can happen and we need to adapt, and this can happen and that can happen. And we need to have that adaptability and that sort of agility to do that. And the only way we can do that is first by taking care of ourselves. I mean, your business at the end of the day should serve you first. It's like the relationship most people have with their business is that their business is like this high maintenance partner, like a marriage that demands all of them and gives them very little back in return. So that's why I want you to start thinking, what is your personal vision? And really nail down on that. And I'm also going to offer and open up my calendar for you. So if you want to speak with me more about this, I will leave you a link so you can click on that. It will be somewhere around this video. Okay, click on that and you can speak to me one-to-one, and it will be with me. So it's not going to be anyone else. It'll be one-to-one with me, and we can talk a little bit more in depth about your personal vision, and maybe I can help you going forward into constructing that. And then we can see how, where you are now, because ultimately I kind of work a lot on limiting beliefs. And quite often when we're setting this big personal vision for ourselves, quite often the reason we're not there is because we're not that person now. And what's holding us back generally is our beliefs and what's happened to us in the past as a result of that. And again, very briefly, going back to the subconscious and the conscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is 10 times stronger than the conscious mind, and the subconscious mind is driving all of our unconscious responses to life, because it can only accept, right? The conscious mind, it can accept or reject. The thing where most people get sort of snagged, if you like, is that up to the age of 7, the only sort of sphere of the mind that's functioning is the subconscious mind. So everything that's happening to you, happening around you, and if you've got kids, it's really important to know as well, everything is being absorbed straight into that subconscious mind. And that is going to ultimately drive your unconscious responses later as you get older in life. So all of your fears, all of what you associate happiness with is all going to be driven by that. It's like if you associate fear with, say, I'll give you an example again, like public speaking was one of mine. Like I had a massive fear over public speaking. And that wasn't because there was anything inherently wrong with me or because I'm different to anyone else. Like that public speaker, oh yeah, but he's just like that. I'm not. It's not that at all. That's how I used to think. It's like I'm not that kind of person who can go out there and do public speaking. No, it was because something happened to me, either when I was younger or it happened to me through my lifetime. It's buried in my subconscious mind. It's 10 times stronger. It's filled with emotion that sort of lives in my body as well. Every time I'm presented with public speaking like this, I get a little bit sort of nervous. Not so bad now because I've done the work. I've found what the problem was and I dug it out of me. And now I can do public speaking. But before that, I had a complete fear over it. You know, I couldn't breathe. I would get hot and sweaty and I just didn't want to do it. And like I say, that was when we say an unconscious response, it's like, and you can go and do public speaking. No, I'm not doing that. Do you know what I mean? And then go off because it wasn't, you know, it can only accept the subconscious mind. So it accepted public speaking is scary or talking in front of lots of people is scary. So before I even had a conscious thought, it was just like, no, God, I'm probably like backing away, stepping back as I'm saying it because I'm like unconsciously responding. Because it lives so deeply in that subconscious mind. So it's really important that. And what I want to say again is anything that you impress upon your subconscious mind is going to eventually accept it. And then you'll be driven to where you want to go. So the trick is this. It's very simple. It's not business plans. It's not nothing like that. The trick is you've got to fill your conscious mind up with all the things that you want to bring into your life and repeat. Have a goal card in your pocket, have a dream board, have whatever you need to keep repeating that message so it gets sunk into your subconscious mind until it brings about reality. Okay, so enough about that anyway. Like I said, I've opened my calendar up for you. So if you want to speak with me one-to-one, click on the link. I hope you've got some massive value out of that. And I hope this is the first stepping stone on you achieving your personal vision and living the life that you want to live, because your life is the most important thing. Okay, so thank you all so much for coming. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.